Hey guys, what is going on? It's your boy Tio bringing you another podcast. Today is February 26th, Tuesday night. Oh shit, I just hit the mic. Fuck. Hopefully that did not just destroy your eardrums, because I have a feeling it might. But, yeah, welcome to another podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Usually I like to start off my podcast talking about sports, because I love sports, and that's fuck it. My podcast, my rules. Anyways, so we'll just jump straight into it. First thing on the list is the NBA. So for today, there's not many games going on besides my fucking team, the Raptors, right over here. As you can see, I'm wearing a Raptors hat right here. Check it out. Ooh, super fresh. Gotta rep the Canada fucking maple leaf on the hat with the Raptors. Yes, sir. I'm a hardcore fan. So for the games that went on today, Orlando Magic versus the Knicks, two pretty shitty teams in my opinion, but the Knicks took it out on top, 12-48. Ugh. If you guys don't follow sports, 12-48, that's their record right there, which is 12 wins, 48 losses. If I was on that team, I'd probably just quit and find a different sport if I can't go on to another team, because that is fucking trash. But, it'd be like that sometimes. Sad time for the Knicks fans, because they don't really got anybody on there to make it, I don't want to say like not worth watching, but who wants to go to games and just always watch their team lose, That's not me. That was the Raptors a couple of years. That was Raptors a couple of years ago. So yeah, maybe No, I guess I see their point. But yeah, they came out on top. So good day for Knicks fans. Finally got a dub. Right now, the game is going on for the Raptors versus the Celtics. So let's check out the details for that. Let's see. Box score. Kyrie Irving is not injured, but it looks like he only has 7 points in 27 minutes. That's kind of a oof. Tatum, Jason, Morris, Marcus, pretty much carrying the team. Marcus Smart, shit, dog, they're not doing too good. Gordon Hayward, I forgot he's on that team, to be honest with you, but doesn't seem like he's been doing much lately. Now let's look for the Raptors. Who is leading? Siakam, Leonard, Ibaka, Green, and Lowry. Always. That's like pretty much the top five. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's our starting five, and that shit, dog. Like, they're pretty much carrying the team, majority of the time, Jeremy Lin, we got him from the trade. We got Marc Gasol, two fucking veterans in the sport, and they put in a little bit of minutes and they put in some points. So, congrats for them. I'm glad to see them on our team. They're pretty good players. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season and future seasons with them. My boy Kyle Lowry, of course, number one player. I don't give two shits if he fucking sucks or whatever. He's my boy. He's my boy. That is my dog. But score right now is 64 Celtics, 90 Raptors. That's 26 point lead for the Raptors. And in past seasons, the Raptors tend to choke on their leads, but so far we haven't really been doing that lately this season, from what I've noticed. So I'm excited. I'm excited for them to go into the playoffs. I feel like we're gonna go super far. I'm hoping we go all the way into the finals. If we go to the finals, that'll be our first appearance in the finals. And if we make it, shit, dog, it just depends on who we go up against. That's literally the only thing. So we'll tune in later in the week to see that score, but I have a feeling we'll take it out on top. And then later tonight, OKC versus the Nuggets. I like Paul George. I like Westbrook. I hope they win. I have a feeling they might. So we shall see what is up. like I said, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, kind of the two OGs on the team, and I hope to take it. I hope to take it home tonight with the dub. That's pretty much it for the NBA for tonight. There's a bunch of games going on. Fuck, looks like there's 10 games going on tomorrow, and it's stacked. It's stacked later in the week, so I'm not going to bore you guys with all the details on that. You guys are more than welcome to check it out, NBA.com, for all that stuff. And yeah, so I guess we can just jump straight into the next topic, which is UFC 235, guys. This is, oh my god, I haven't been so hyped for a card in ages. I think the last time I was super hyped was McGregor versus Khabib, and then before that, I would say Dillashaw versus Garbrandt, and not just the rematch, but the first fight too. I knew TJ Dillashaw was gonna destroy both fights. In the first fight, knocked his ass out, Cody Garbrandt. In their rematch, fucking people say that Dillashaw got saved by the bell, which he did, because he got knocked and he was stumbling around for a little bit, and there was like 5 seconds left. I feel like with 20 seconds left on the clock, if Garbrandt had more time, probably could have gotten that KO and won his belt back. But that wasn't the case. TJ Dillashaw came back. I believe he knocked Cody Garbrandt out in round 2 or 3, and that's all she wrote. That is all she wrote. So we're just gonna UFC 235. It's coming this Saturday, March 2nd, 10 p.m. for the main card, 8 p.m. for the prelims, and then fucking 6 p.m. for the pre-prelims or early prelims. So obviously you guys can see Jones versus Smith. That is the main fight, and I couldn't be more excited. John Bones motherfucking Jones, guys. He is a fucking savage. He beat Daniel Cormier. He just fucking beat... Oh, God, my brain... I'm having a fucking brain fart. Oh, Jesus. Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Let's see his most recent fights. Oh, I guess we can't. I guess we'll just look up for the matchups. But, yeah, so this is going to be a great card. A great card for sure. We got Jon Jones versus Anthony Smith. As you can see, the reach, holy crap, 8.5-inch reach. Damn, that is not going to be fun for Anthony Smith. That is going to be pretty hard for him to close that gap and, land some hits on Jones. Let me see his latest fights. He's 10 wins by knockout, 6 wins by submission. Yeah, so he just... he had a rematch with Gustafsson and beat his ass round 3. Beat Daniel Cormier. Beat St. Preux. Let's keep going through. Beat Daniel Cormier again. Wait, he beat him once, then he beat him twice. Like, Cormier, sit your ass down. And he beat Gustafsson, back in the day. So, that was... He's on a roll right now. He is on a roll for sure. And I have a pretty good feeling that he's not going to fucking let this little goofball fucking take his belt away. Because he has worked day and night, sacrificed so much just to fucking beat a champ. So congrats for Jon Jones, being champ right now. And most likely the future. And congrats. And I hope he wins his fight on Saturday. I'll definitely be tuning in and watching it. And... I'm just excited, guys. I'm excited. The fight before the main fight is Tyron Woodley, the chosen one, against Kamaru Usman, Nigerian Nightmare. This is a hard one to watch because Woodley has been on a fucking roll. I don't know what his win streak is. Hopefully it'll tell us. Doesn't look like he will. But I want to say he's been on like a 6-fight win streak. I think the last fight that he did was against Darin Till. Darin fucking Till! And he beat his ass. I was actually going for Darin Till. I don't know why. I just liked him, and sadly that was not the case. Tyron Woodley fucking beat his ass, and I want to say he beat him in round 3. So it was a really good fight, though. It was a really good fight, worth watching. And yeah, I was actually watching that fight in New York City when I was there with my family, just going on a little bit of vacation. So it was funny. We were at some like Irish pub, and they had the fights on the TV and shit. It's really big in New York. Because Madison Square Garden, that's where they host a lot of their fights. And there were so many people just screaming, Darin fucking Till! Darin Till! And they're like fucking English accents, bro. It was the funniest thing ever. And so to this day, my brother and I, we just always say that shit, and it's always so funny. It is so funny. But if I were to pick, how is he Tyron Woodley's number 6 in the rankings? Shit, dog. But he's the champ. I don't know. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a tough one. I don't know who. Guzman's 14-1. He's a fucking beast. Guzman is a fucking beast. If you guys, goddamn. But if I were to choose, shit, dog, Tyron Woodley, I would say Tyron Woodley just because, dude, he is probably the most dedicated person I know besides Khabib Nurmagomedov, who recently beat McGregor. Both of them are probably the most two hard-working fighters in the league. They will give up sleep, they will give up eating, they will give up money, they will give up sex, dude. They will do whatever it takes just to come on top, and that's how you become a champion. You focus that hard, you make all those sacrifices, and that's the only way you get up on top. That is the only way. The only other person I know is GSP. He is the GOAT. I swear he is the GOAT for the welterweight. If he came back into the sport for some outrageous reason after retiring, if he comes back into the sport, not only will it shock the entire world, but if he had to go up against Tyron Woodley, I have a really good feeling GSP would it would be like you've never seen that side of Tyron Woodley before, where he just gets fucking beat to a pulp. Like, I definitely feel like that's gonna be I gotta stop. I can't. Dude, it was a sad day for me when I heard that GSP retired, but good for him. He's done a lot for the sport, and he's changed it forever. So I hope maybe one day we'll see him back in the octagon, but I really doubt it. I really do. But all you can do now is just look at his past fights and remember him forever, and he's definitely gonna be going in the Hall of Fame. So that's the fight right before Jones, and the fight before this one is my boy Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren. This is Ben Askren. This is his debut into the UFC, and he's going up against Robbie fucking Lawler. Dude, if that was me, I would fucking shit my pants, like, uncontrollably, because Robbie Lawler is a freaking beast, dog. Like, just look at this guy. Like, it looks like he'll fuck your bitch, and then he'll fuck you just for shits and giggles. Like, that's what he looks like. Like, no fucks given. Like, this guy's a straight savage. I've seen him fight so many times, and he's insane. He's incredible. He will definitely be going to the Hall of Fame for sure once he retires, and that's all it is. I hope Ben Askren wins, just because it's his first fight in the UFC, but I don't think it's gonna be like that good of a fight, because I feel like Robbie Lawler, dude, 28-12, like that's a pretty good record, but he is a veteran. Like, that means he's fought 40 fights in the UFC. He's just a veteran. He knows the ins and outs. He knows exactly what to do. He knows how to fuck with your mind. So I definitely feel like he'll take it out on top, and it's going to be really shocking if he doesn't. But that's the fight right before the Woodley fight. And then before this one, we got two ladies, Tecia Torres and Weili Zhang, I believe. I've only seen Tecia Torres fight once, and that was actually the fight that she lost. But from the other fights that I've seen on like the Fight Pass or whatever, she's actually done pretty good. So maybe we'll see her come back and win. But it looks like Weili Zhang is 18-1, and she won her last fight. So she's gonna be going in there like, I'm a fucking G. I'll whoop your ass, So if I had to bet my money, I really want to bet Tecia Torres just because you gotta rep the U.S. But I don't know. I feel like Zhang might come out on top just because she's only lost once, and I don't feel like she's gonna want to lose again. But I'm gonna go with Tecia. I'm gonna bet for the underdog, and I'm gonna go for Tecia Torres for sure. For sure. Zhang looks so much scarier and like dedicated, but I feel like Tecia can definitely come out on top if she just keeps her head in the game and doesn't overcommit like she did in the past. So that'll be a fun fight to watch. Even if you're not into girls, fighting, they're still really good. Like, these bitches, like, I don't mean to say bitches like in a rude way, but these girls will beat your ass. Like, for anyone who's listening, I don't care if you're 7 feet tall. I don't care if you can fucking deadlift, whatever. I've never deadlift before, so I don't even know what a good fucking weight is, but they just know jiu-jitsu, they know karate, they know kickboxing, they know boxing, they know a bunch of different techniques. So it's like, I would never personally, you can give me the shittiest fighter that's a girl in the UFC, and she will probably still beat my ass. There's just a different kind of level to these people than street fights that you see. So I hope Tecia Torres pulls out on top, but we shall see Saturday night. And then the first fight on the main card is Cody Garbrandt versus Pedro Munoz? I don't know. His nickname's the Young Punisher, and Cody Garbrandt, no love. Nope. His last fights, he lost again. Last 2 fights, actually, he lost to TJ Dillashaw the first time. Got his belt taken away by TJ Dillashaw. Then they had a rematch, and then he lost that fight too. And it looks like those were his only 2 losses were to TJ Dillashaw, which is kind of sad. Just because you lose the first fight and you lose the rematch, like, if that doesn't say that TJ Dillashaw is the GOAT in like that weight class, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, TJ Dillashaw is a freak of nature. He is insane. He is insane. And his coach, Dwayne Ludwig, dude, if I had him as my coach, man, oh my god, there'd be no stopping me. I say that now, yeah, I probably will get my ass beat. But, yeah, I hope Cody Garbrandt wins. I kind of like him as a fighter. He always kind of plays the villain, but it's not really that entertaining if one person is the good guy and the other guy's the good guy, People always want a good versus evil or good versus bad. And Cody Garbrandt doesn't mind being the bad guy. I feel like that kind of fits his character because he's kind of been like that before. But when he's not like fighting, dude, he is like a sweetheart. He is like the most down to earth guy that I've seen, or I haven't even met him. But obviously you can't tell what it's like, when you see them on TV or when they do like documentaries and stuff. But just from like the videos and stuff that I've seen of him interacting with fans or people outside the UFC or even his family, he seems like a really good guy. So I hope he definitely comes out on top. We'll see what happens. The other Pedro is 17-3, and Cody Garbrandt's 11-2. So Pedro's got a little bit more fights in him. So he's got like a little bit of seniority, but I don't. Like I said, like, the only time that kind of really matters is, right here where it's Robbie Lawler versus Ben Askren, who you're going against a veteran. Like, he's going up against a veteran, and Robbie Lawler is going up against a kid who's never fought in the UFC, or really probably hasn't fought, like, legit, unless it's, like, underground, which I understand, but UFC's a different kind of ball game, to say. But we'll see about that fight. But for this fight, at least, Cody Garbrandt's been there, done that. He's been the champ. He knows what it takes to get up, to get on top, and to win. And I definitely feel like he might take it home for his family. So I'm going to go with Cody Garbrandt for sure. And that's it for the main card. Now the only fight that's on the prelims that I kind of care about is the Jeremy Stephens versus Zabit Magomedov. Fucking Russians, bro. Can you just why do you gotta have such a weird fucking last name, dude? Jeremy Stephens. That rolls off the tongue nicely. But Zabit Magomedov, goddamn, I had to practice saying his name just so I don't butcher it every single time I say it. Goddamn, that is fucking wild. But this is one of the fights that I'm actually looking forward to the most, other than Jones and Woodley. The whole main card is fucking tits. This is probably the most stacked UFC pay-per-view that they've had in shit, I don't even know how long. Usually it's one or two fights that are really good, and then there's the main card. But this is dude, they got a fat lineup. They got a fat lineup. So if there is one time, I don't care if you're not a fan, if you're against fighting, if you're a pacifist, or you're just a little bitch, I don't care what you're doing. You're gonna drop everything. You're gonna go to a bar. You're gonna go to a sports bar. They're gonna have this shit on pay-per-view because they'll pay for it. All you gotta do is just go in there, bring some friends, have a good time, and you will see that you'll be a fan of the UFC after this, because this is probably the best time to watch a UFC fight, because this whole event is just stacked. But enough of that. Enough of promoting the UFC. We're gonna talk about Jeremy Stephens and Zabit. So Jeremy Stephens got a couple more. He's a bit of a veteran, compared to Zabit, but those Russians, dude, they hate fucking losing. So you see he's got 16-1, which is pretty good. That is actually pretty good. So I feel like he'll put up a pretty good fight, just because those bitches, they fucking wrestle bears. And then whenever they feel sick, they fucking take vodka. If they get a cut, they pour vodka on there. Dude, they're different kinds of people. You don't want to fuck around with Russians, But I definitely feel shit, I think that, Jeremy Stephens could pull it off. But his last fight, which was against Jose Aldo, he actually took a punch right to the liver. And if you take a full, power punch to the liver, your entire body shuts down. And if you watch the replay, even if you just watch the YouTube clip, you'll see that he gets punched, and then, a second, half a second to a second later, you just see him, and then he just fucking goes to the ground, and that's it. You're not doing shit after that. So I feel like he probably could have beat Jose Aldo in that fight if it wasn't for that liver shot. But that's part of the game, and congrats to Jose Aldo for winning. But we'll see. Hopefully Jeremy Stephens doesn't get punched there again. That might not be the best thing for him, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go with Jeremy Stephens for that. And then Johnny Walker. I haven't seen this man fight at all, but I've seen Johnny Walker fight in The Ultimate Fighter, and I feel like he might. I feel like he could definitely put it off. Pull off the dub. So we'll see about that. So that's who I'll be rooting for, Johnny Walker. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the UFC. I'm telling you guys, if there's one time to not miss a pay-per-view or miss watching UFC, it is this Saturday, March 2nd. It will be phenomenal, to say the least. It will be phenomenal. I don't care even if everyone that I want to go win loses, it'll still be a stacked card. It's so many good fighters, so many good veterans, and it's insane. It's insane how crazy the sport can be, because you can see fucking John Jones, who's a straight savage, and you'll go up against Smith, and then, maybe John Jones just gets clipped right on the chin really good, and then the whole world is shocked. That's the beauty, and what's the other word? That's the beauty of the sport, just because whenever you step into that octagon, no matter how much you've trained, no matter how dedicated you are, anything can happen. You know, you gotta prepare for the worst. Anything can happen. Yeah, so that's I can't stress it enough how excited I am for this card. It is gonna be phenomenal. It is gonna be phenomenal for sure. And so that's it for UFC. That's it for sports. Sorry if I bored you guys, but I like talking about sports, and that's why I try to have it in the beginning of the segments, in the beginning segment of the podcast, just so if you guys aren't interested in sports, you guys can skip about 15-20 minutes in, and then I'll be talking about some other stuff like the gym. I just got back from the gym a couple hours ago, and it's funny to see how I've joined probably, let's see, 4 different gyms, since like I started really working out, like actually trying to get fit and stuff. And it's so funny because you always see like the same kind of people there. You always see like super yoked motherfuckers, that could like twist your head off and like barely move a muscle, and then you see like freaking little jits coming in that are fucking looking like sticks, trying to get swole, and all they're doing is just checking out the babes, and wishing that they were fucking yoked and shit like that, It's funny. You always see the same kind of like groups of people, but obviously they're all different. And I just think it's so funny, those people that are like super swole, they always like walk with their shoulders super out, and they're always like trying to size everyone up, even though like no one really cares. Like I just go to the gym like to work out, do what I gotta do, and then I fucking leave. I see people that are there just fucking chatting with every single other person that fucking brushes their shoulder. I see people just walking around and don't touch weights at all. All they do is just walk around, check out guys, check out girls, whatever they're into. And then there's people like these like jack motherfuckers that are like, they do like 2 workouts to get pumped, and then they just walk around, flexing in front of all the hot babes and shit, And it's like, dude, what are you here for? Are you here to work out? Are you here to talk? Or are you here to, like, whatever? Like, the gym is a place where you work out, So it's like, if you're just trying to, like, show off and do a bunch of shit, like, yeah, I get that, but come on, like, I almost just want to say, like, dude, like, go fuck off somewhere else, Like, go get your own room. I just want to work out in peace. I don't want to worry about, you fucking dropping the weights on some guy's foot because you're having a fucking roid rage. Like, dude, like, so it's not something that really pisses me off. It's just something that I notice in almost every single gym I go to, or that I've been to in the past, So I just think it's kind of funny. You always find the stereotypical people that you would imagine, and you'll find them in the gym for sure. And yeah, that's about it for my gym story. Fuck, I need to get better at transitioning into different kind of subjects. I got this cute little dinosaur from one of my coworkers, and yeah, I mean, just a fucking little dinosaur, Yeah, so I don't know why. Fuck it. I love dinosaurs, so I was really excited for when she gave this to me, as a little present. So I'll try and find a good place for it to put on the podcast so we can kind of see it in the background. Yeah. What else do I have on my list I want to talk about? Video games. I am a hardcore video game player. Games I've been playing recently are Rocket League, Black Ops 4, Call of Duty. I picked up MKX, Mortal Kombat 10, and what else have I been playing? Let's see my game rack over there. That's kind of it. That's pretty much it that I've been playing recently. I've been trying to get really good at Mortal Kombat 10. I played Injustice 2, and now it's kind of the same, but with like DC and like superheroes and shit like that. So that was really fun because I love superheroes. But yeah, I picked up MK10 just because MK11's coming out pretty soon. I think it's coming out in March or April. I'm not exactly too sure. But it's freaking amazing. So I'm trying to get pretty good, or I'm trying to warm myself up for with MK10 to get ready for MK11. Just so when I pick that game up, I'm not like a fucking noob. I'll know what I'm doing. I'll know how to fight, and I'll be straight, whooping some ass and taking names. Yeah. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to MK11. If you haven't seen their trailer for the game, I highly suggest checking it out because it's awesome. It's awesome. The trailer is just freaking amazing. The song 21 Savage is in it. He raps to the they use his soundtrack for the audio for the trailer, and it just goes great. It's awesome, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot more gorier than MK10 and any past Mortal Kombat games. So that's also a really big plus for sure too. As for Rocket League, if you guys never heard of Rocket League, it's pretty much soccer with cars. It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. Doesn't take that much like practice to really get used to. You can kind of just like pick it up even if you're new. And it's a game that, I always enjoy playing it. I get kind of mad at games, but I've never raged really hard to where, like in FIFA, to where I want to like throw my controller at the wall, I just get like pissed, like, oh, that was fucking stupid, we should have won that game, but we'll get the next one, So it's a fun game to pick up, whenever, you kind of keep that skill, you get a little bit rusty if you don't play it for a little bit, but once you get back in the zone, it's straight, it's a blast. I love playing it with my bros. We usually do 3v3s, and we're actually pretty good. So I might be posting some videos of us playing Rocket League. So stay tuned for that. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll have to figure it out, and it should be coming soon. I'll just keep updating you guys as I go. And then Black Ops 4. Black Ops. Oh man, Black Ops 4. What can I say good about the game? Zombies? I like zombies a lot. And like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, I never really liked the zombies where you just had to like train and there wasn't really like any Easter eggs or missions you could really do throughout the game. You just kind of see how long you could survive, right? So I really like what they did with Black Ops 4, how they have like the maps where you can kind of beat the Easter egg and like beat the game, and then it says you beat the Easter egg, so then that's kind of like the end of the game. And I think that's really cool because it actually gives you something to progress towards. Like, it's not like, oh, let's just see how long we can survive. It's, you can either survive for as long as you want, or you can try and beat the story and actually, feel like you actually are doing something for the game, or for yourself at least. So I'm glad they really made it kind of like a little story mode, where it's instead of just like surviving, all the time, because that kind of gets boring after a while. But what they recently did is add these things called a gauntlet, which is new to the game, and it's pretty much where you have challenges every single round, and it goes up to 30 rounds. So you have to do 30 different challenges, and they progressively get harder and harder, and it's so much fun. Like, it's insane how hardcore it can get and how crazy it can get, but damn, the adrenaline rush you get from playing it is like, I haven't had that kind of experience for zombies in a long time, and it's really nice that they brought that in. Makes it a lot more fun, and it keeps the game alive in a sense. But yeah, guys. Other than that, that's kind of all of the topics I really wanted to talk about. I'll be posting up a podcast Friday. Either it's gonna be coming out Friday. But it'll probably be like Friday evening, Friday night, because I host a Ultimate Frisbee club, and so I'll be going to that. I got my jiu-jitsu class right after that, so I got stacked for Friday. But I'm gonna be doing a podcast with Hannah and probably one of our coworkers. So stay tuned for that. If that's gonna be a really fun podcast. And other than that, guys, I think that is it. So thank you guys for tuning in to the third podcast. I don't know what I'm going to title it. Probably just a Tuesday evening podcast. But I'll try and come up with something a little more catchy than that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, so you guys know when I post new videos or post new podcasts. And if you guys really enjoyed it, then make sure to leave a like. And if there's any feedback that you want to give me, like the mic quality, video quality, whatever it is, like, T.O., fix your hair, you look like a fucking goofball, whatever it is, just put it down in the comments. I'd love to read what you guys are suggesting or what you guys have to say. So other than that, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.